You're listening to Let's Talk Sports podcast with me, Lucia. NFL, NBA news, and more coming to you right now. Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Let's Talk Sports podcast with me, Lucia. Oh my god, it is so good to finally say that. Where have I been? As most of you who know me in my personal life know that my mum went through hip replacement surgery, and it was a lot more time consuming than I thought it would be. So I thought that it would just make sure that she doesn't trip over and fall. But it was a lot more than that. There was a lot more of intense care that I didn't really realize in the rehab process. So I have a newfound respect for spouses and family members of athletes who go through hip replacement surgery, because that was difficult going through that. And now she's doing a lot better. She's gotten the all clear from the doctor. So back to my regularly scheduled programming, my regularly scheduled podcast episodes. They will be uploaded a hell of a lot quicker. And they will be uploaded before the Thursday night game. I'm guaranteeing you that. With everything going on, it's been a minute. So I'm sorry that it's been so long since I've been able to put out an episode, but I'm here and got a newfound level of respect. Got a couple of new additions in segments. So yeah. So the rundown. So we're going to do storylines that I've missed and topics that I want to talk about. Keep or fire coaches edition, and one coach has already been fired. So yeah, I wrote this and then they were fired. Then we've got this week in sports history. Got news, got NFL week 15, and we have NBA preview. So storylines that I've missed. Over 75 players in the NFL have tested positive for COVID. Look, most of them are asymptomatic. The owners had an owners meeting, and anyone that's asymptomatic will be able to still play. I'm happy that we are moving in that direction, because we need to fight through this. There needs to be no form of shutdown or anything, because if we do, I have no idea how I am going to survive it. But yeah, that's a lot of people. The Browns have been completely demolished of their quarterback room, so they're having somebody that they signed off the street as their quarterback, sort of like the Denver Broncos situation last year. But I think that they need to move forward with this. They need to move forward. No backwards, forwards. Forwards, fight through it. Is Russell Wilson on the move? And in particularly, is he on the move to the Giants? Now he has dismissed the reports of this, but I have a feeling that he really wants to move. I have this strange feeling that it's more about where he can see his career rather than actually what he does, where's the best for him to win is. There's just something about Russell Wilson that is more about his image and his brand than about the actual who he plays for. I know that seems skeptical, but that's how I see it. And I would love him on the Giants. Just quietly, he's one of my favorite quarterbacks, so I would love him on the Giants. He would be an absolute game changer, and I'd love to see him throw to Kadarius Toney, throw to Kenny Golladay, get passes, and just see how the offense works with Russell Wilson. That'd be amazing. Now we are down to the nitty gritty. The battle of the 12s for the MVP. Is it going to be Aaron Rodgers or is it going to be Tom Brady? I'm leaning towards Tom. Just the age that he is at, I am leaning towards Tom. I think that this is going to be a Tom Brady trifecta. I think that he's going to win the MVP, win the Super Bowl, and win the Super Bowl MVP. That's just my predictions. I thought the Buccaneers were going to go back-to-back earlier this year, and I'm not moving off them. In playoff contentions, the Lions, the Jags, and the Texans have all been eliminated from playoff contention. Like, that was a shocker to everyone. I think the Jets have too, which, not a shocker to everyone too. Urban Meyer fired from the Jacksonville Jaguars after a litany of bad mistakes. Holy crap. Every time a new thing came out about Urban Meyer, I just started laughing. I honestly just started laughing. He kicked a kicker. I can't believe it. Cannot believe it. Like, just the entirety of the whole Urban Meyer thing, that was a thing. He also failed to understand what the men's league was all about and how much they are gossipers. Urban Meyer in the NFL did not work well. Did not work well at all. The New England Patriots are back. They are back. And in saying that, are we looking at a Bucks versus a Pats Super Bowl? I think that would actually be my dream Super Bowl matchup. That would be my dream Super Bowl matchup. Yeah, I know it's weird, but that would be my dream Super Bowl matchup. Just the hype around it would be awesome. I would live stream it. You would actually see my face. And we're renovating our house, so you'd see like the big screen, and like there'd be a big screen television, so I'd be watching it. And especially considering it's in LA, like the Tinseltown, it would be awesome. It'd be absolutely awesome. Now into some NBA storylines. Congratulations, Steph Curry, for officially breaking the 3-point record. Now, I'm not going to lie, when he did it, I sort of was emotional, and I teared up. There's something about Steph Curry that is extremely likable. He's extremely good at the game. He has forever changed the game, and oh my god, I'm getting emotional just talking about him. There's something about Steph that he makes me believe that I can do whatever I want to do. Because, no, I'm not the prettiest. No, I'm not the skinniest. No, I'm not the tallest. But, damn it, I am good at what I do. And I will be able to change the landscape of whatever I put my mind to because of Steph. Because Steph changed the landscape as a 6'3" point guard who looks like 150 pounds soaking wet. He's changed it, and has fun doing it. He looks like he's having fun playing the game of basketball. So congratulations, Steph Curry. Teams are still interested in Ben Simmons. So the Lakers were put on that list. The trade package would have to include Russell Westbrook, which I'm happy with. I think he is the reason for the Lakers team dynamic changing. I also think that the Lakers look lost without LeBron, which is sad because we've got Anthony Davis, who's a top 5 player, and he should be there too. But yeah, there are teams still interested in Ben Simmons, so I'm still on the watch out for trade moves for him. But yeah, the Lakers look lost, and they seem to have like this weak team that just, it doesn't fit well, and that has led to Coach Frank Vogel being under fire, and he absolutely deserves to be. Although Jeanie Buss, the owner of the Lakers, has come out and said that he will not be judged until everybody's healthy, which I have no idea when anybody's going to be healthy, because the NBA are also losing people like flies to COVID. So yeah, they're gonna have to change rules and all that type of stuff, but I'm not getting into that. I got into that in the NFL segment, so I'm not going to hear that again, because if I do, I'm going to cry, because I'm just over it. But yeah, Frank Vogel under fire. Yeah. And I think that's something that needs to be talked about more. Early MVP contenders for the NBA are Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, the former teammates, who should be playing together still. Kevin Durant made the biggest move, made the wrong move by leaving Steph. Anyway, that's just my thoughts and feelings about it. But anyway, let's go into another segment, to our second segment, the new segment, Keep or Fire, Coaches Edition. Joe Judge, keep. And that's going to be controversial amongst Giant fans, because Giant fans want to see him go. I want to see him stick around for one more year, just one, and see what he can do when everybody's healthy. And if we get Russell Wilson, I want to see what he can do with a top 5 quarterback. Urban Meyer, of course, he's already fired. MCDC, keep. Motor City Dan Campbell, keep him. Robert Saleh, I want him to be kept too. And this is going to be an interesting one, because I genuinely think that they should just blow it up. Pete Carroll of the Seahawks, I think that they should fire him. Fire him and let him go coach somewhere else. Or let him retire. Just one of the two. Anyway, that is that segment done. So now, this week in sports history. In 1982, Bill Parcells becomes the 12th head coach of the New York Giants. That hire led to 2 Super Bowl victories. So he is hoping that the next head coach, or even Joe Judge, can be like Bill Parcells and Tom Coughlin and win us a Super Bowl. I just want one. Just one and I'll be happy. Just give me one. Give me one, Giants. I'll be happy. But yeah, I love Bill Parcells. I have a lot of respect for him. He was a great head coach, and there are some times where I wish he was still the head coach. But yeah. News. Raiders Allegiant Stadium is going to be the host for the Super Bowl in 2024. So that is a Super Bowl that I'm definitely going to, because the Giants will be there. In my opinion, the Giants will be there. And 2, I want to see that arena, that stadium, so badly. So badly. So yeah, congratulations to the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. Megan McLaughlin is the new director of football information of the Baltimore Ravens. So I love seeing women getting jobs in the NFL. Yeah, I think that's great. I think it's a really great concept of having more women in the NFL as directors, because women know football too. I think that's fairly known now. Bill Belichick has been scouting the in-season Hard Knocks to prepare for their matchup against the Colts, which shouldn't be a shock. He is the great master manipulator, and I think that it's great that he is scouting he's scouting everywhere. He's doing legal Spygate. The Jaguars owner fired Urban Meyer. He definitely had to act impulsively, even though he said that he wasn't going to act impulsively or act a helter-skelter in deciding Urban's future, but he had to. He just had to. It was time. The NFL also informs clubs that the 2022 salary cap is projected to be $2 million and $8 and just 200. Sorry, the numbers are just not working for me. Is going to be $208.2 million. So that is an increase of about $20 million, which is great for the clubs. That will give a little bit of flexibility in in cap and of course signing bonuses, and there is ways that you can manipulate the cap. There are ways. You just need to get a good cap master there. Giannis had entered health and safety protocols. There's also some positive news coming out that Kyrie might be returning due to the new mayor of New York. He might change a few rules. I don't think so at this stage, but hey. Chris Middleton has exited the game due to a knee injury. Luka is out at the moment with a hamstring injury. And what's up with Zion? He's still out with an injury. It just keeps on getting extended. And what is his future with the Pelicans? I think that they're not going to risk him because they want to trade him to another team, and I think the Knicks would be a great team for him. Have him reunite with RJ Barrett. That'd be amazing. It'd be amazing to see. NFL Week 15. So we've already had the Chiefs versus the Chargers. That was a great game. It went to overtime. The Chiefs are back, and that just proved, and also that game made me think that the Chargers are still here. Like, the Chargers are going to be a good team. Justin Herbert is incredible. Like, I love that guy. I love that kid. We have the Browns versus the Raiders. I'm going to go with the Raiders because of all the concerns of like the health concerns of the Browns. If the Browns win it would be the best win ever, and the Raiders, it would be like the worst loss ever. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. And then we have the Colts versus the Pats. I'm going with the Pats because I think that we're on a collision course. We've got the Steelers versus the Titans. I'm going with the Titans. Sorry. We have the Bills versus the Panthers. I am going with the Bills. We've got the Eagles versus the Washington football team. I hate both these teams. I am going to go with the Eagles because I think they're on the way up, which sucks for every other fan, which sucks for me. We've got the Tank Bowl, the Jags versus the Texans. I think I'm going to go with the Jags just because of their week and all of that. We've got the Giants versus the Cowboys. I am going with the Cowboys because there is no way that I would go for the Giants in this situation. We've got the Lions versus the Cardinals. I'm going with the Cardinals. We've got the Dolphins versus the Jets. I am going with the Dolphins because they seem to be working very well at the moment, which is really positive news. We've got the Broncos versus the Browns. No, they have already gone. We've got the Broncos. I'm actually going to go with the Broncos. I don't know where I got that from. Anyway, we've got the 49ers versus the Falcons. I am going with the 49ers. Then we have the Rams versus the Seahawks. I'm going with the Rams because I think the Seahawks are still on a downturn, which is good for the Giants. We've got the Ravens versus the Packers. I am going with the Packers. We have the Saints versus the Bucks, and this is actually for the if the Bucks win this, they have like clinched the division, and they will definitely be going to the playoffs. So I'm going with the Bucks because Tom Brady does not like losing in championship matches. We've got the Bears versus the Vikings. I'm going with the Vikings. And yes, that is NFL Week 15. NBA preview. Here are some games that you should look out for. The Knicks versus Celtics, storied rivalry, great matchup. And then another storied rivalry out in the West. We have the Lakers versus the Suns, potentially a first round matchup. And the Suns are on the way up, and I hate the Suns organisation, but I love Devin Booker. So yeah, that'll be great. So that is all for this week's episode of Let's Talk Sports Podcast with me, Lucia. So I'll catch you all next week. Bye.